Manchester United 7, Brighton 6. Went to penalties. Not the way United wanted to do it, but so we're through, man. How was you feeling about that result?
Feeling good, man. It's always sweet when you win the hard way. But yeah, we obviously we didn't play well. We didn't really get control of the game, but I'm happy that we're through, man. A chance to stop City in a treble.
Yeah. I think that's a lot of motivation for United fans. Stopping City, we get the chance to do it ourselves. 100%. But throughout the 90, were there any players that impressed you? You said the performance was flat, but were there any players that stood out to you?
I think the back line, really, the back four. Lindelof, obviously exceptional today, held it down. Luke Shaw, I give credit because obviously we didn't see him much in the game, but that's because I think he did his job so well. But Wan-Bissaka, man, definitely. You asked me before the game if I was worried, and I said no way. I said Wan-Bissaka's sitting in that right back position. He's going to hold it down. So yeah, man. For me, Wan-Bissaka and Lindelof, shiners.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think with, we was talking, they have their left winger, amazing player. Mm-hmm. I think that's where the danger was coming from, and I think Wan-Bissaka did a great job. Now, you mentioned the defence. What was the midfield saying to you? Because this is a midfield today that had Casemiro, Eriksen and Bruno. How do you think they performed?
I think Eriksen obviously performed poor. I think we said that while I was watching it, but even Casemiro was just a bit flat. We never really got hold of the game. I think Bruno, I give credit to Bruno because I think Bruno was doing his job well. I think he was everywhere, and I think he's making up for like the sort of emptiness that was behind him. I feel like Eriksen just wasn't in the game for him today. I feel like his legs just couldn't deal with what was happening. And I think Fred was the right person to bring on in replacement. But yeah, even Casemiro just wasn't right in the midfield. But I feel that's where it comes back down to the back four. I feel like the back four sort of like protected them from the mistakes. But in the end, Fred come on and definitely changed the game. So happy about that.
Yeah, so that's now another final for Erik ten Hag. How do you feel about the process? Because, he spoke highly about processes when he came into Manchester United. He spoke about, belief and intensity and wanted to win every single cup. I personally didn't believe that United were going to win any cups this season, because of how bad last season was. But now we're in a final and we've already secured the Carabao Cup. Maybe it's a bit of an easy question. Is that a good season for Manchester United?
Listen, 2 finals in the first season when everybody was writing us off, yeah? That's for me is excellent because yes, the standards like at the beginning of the season, everybody expected our standards to be way lower than they are now, and we were fighting for every competition until obviously the loss in the Europa League. But 2 finals, right, and already winning 1 trophy, it just shows you the direction he's taking us. Yeah. And I want to say that he's probably overachieving, but at the same time, is his decision making in game. Like I think his in game decisions, and I know a lot of people give him criticism for like what happened in the Europa League, but I think that they are, like he makes decisions based on what he thinks he needs to do to win that game, and I just think that we're going in the right direction with him. He's the right manager, and yeah, it shows now. We're in 2. We've been in 2 finals. We're in the second final, and I just hope that we can stop City. And we win a second trophy, and that will just put a stamp. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, man, and I think that's a lot of fans' motivation. I was saying it to Rafael Marca, like a lot of fans' motivation, a lot of Manchester United fans' motivation. They want to stop City. Do you think that United, because they got the cyborg up front, so do you think that United can actually do something to City because they're going to be the favourites going into the cup game?
Listen, of course we can. Of course we. Asking me a silly question. Of course we can. We're Man United. You know what I mean? So for me, even a starting like remember we played today with a makeshift back four, and we were making chances just on our day when the team is clicking. Example, a home game against the first half against Sevilla, it was flawless. It was amazing football. Listen, we need to be on our game on that day, and we can definitely beat them. I'm not worried.
You're not worried?
I'm not worried.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's City, it's a big team, they're getting into form now. But for me, we're Man United. We can win any game.
Yeah. And last but not least, our attack. Was there anything from our attack that you was worried about? Did you see anything that's gonna, maybe push us forward? Martial started. We thought he was going to be injured. Was there anybody in the attack that you thought was good today?
Not really.
Yeah.
I think when Sancho came on, he made a good impact. I think Bruno 100%. Let me not forget Bruno. But Rashford for me was disappointing today, and I'm a big Rashford fan. So for me, it was just disappointing. It just felt like he was just doing the same thing over and over again. It was consistently losing the ball. So for me, and even Anthony, never really saw much from Anthony. But Bruno, and then when Sancho came on, I think had a good effect.
Bless.